here live on Spectrum News 1. It's now 3:10, and we are still in an active situation with police, knowing that multiple law enforcement officers have been shot just within the past hour. So we've really been gathering a lot of information. Mike, what is the latest that you're seeing on this?
So I'm checking the tweets, Brittany, and they're coming in from CMPD. We are expecting a news conference to happen at some point here because they are setting up a staging area, and usually that's where they kind of gather in a safe area to alert the media. But the latest one came 15 minutes ago. It says from CMPD, this is still an active scene. Please continue to avoid the area. Expect major roads. Actually, let's look at the one that we're looking at now. This is from CATS, Charlotte Area Transportation. Expect delays along Gold Line due to emergency vehicles blocking the tracks from Elizabeth and Hawthorne to Sunnyside Station. Also, a bus bridge has been requested between CTC and Sunnyside.
We're also getting some reaction from political leaders as well in the state. Governor Cooper says, I'm in contact with law enforcement concerning the tragic shooting in the Charlotte area, and we have offered state resources to help. Apparently, Mayor Lyles of Charlotte is also closely monitoring the situation. So we have state officials as well as local officials that are aware of what's going on. But really right now, we're just trying to gather information for you because all we really know is that multiple law enforcement officers have been shot in this 5,000 block of Galway Avenue, and that they are telling everyone to avoid the situation if possible, which is difficult because if you live in Charlotte or anywhere near it, traffic is consistent throughout the day. So I'm sure that when this was going on and even now, there's a lot of traffic there. One of our reporters is out there, Jordan Kudish. She confirms that because a lot of our reporters are trying to get to the area, to the safe staging area that law enforcement officials have provided for us. And they say that the traffic is just completely mad because they're shutting down the area around there to try to make sure that everyone who needs to can get to the hospital. But again, we don't know how many officers were shot or their conditions because this really has just happened. And now we actually have Jennifer Roberts on the scene or near the scene there. So we want to get out to her because she might be able to tell us just more information from the ground. Jennifer?
Hi, Brittany and Mike. Yes, I'm actually standing in the media staging area. This is right beside Family Dollar. Now, people who are from Charlotte always drive through this area, so that just gives you a great idea of how busy this part of the plaza is.
Real?
Now, where this scene took place, where the shooting was, is near off Galway Drive, and it is literally only within a 5-minute drive from where I'm standing at right here in that direction. Now, this is a common area people take from all parts of Charlotte trying to get uptown to go to work. You can see it's still very busy, but as you get closer, the traffic is very hectic. They are warning police officials and PIO officials, they are warning people to stay away from the area because it is still a very active investigation. But as I just stated before, you can only imagine just as you get or how backed up it must be just because of how frequently people are driving through this area to get uptown. Now, I can tell you this, I'm a native of Charlotte. This is actually my stomping ground. Devonshire Elementary School is literally a mile from where I'm standing. I cannot imagine what those families are going through. I hope we'll be able to speak with more of them later on. But this area, this is a community off of the plaza. These are people who shop here. They like to go to Family Dollar. We got grocery stores right here in this community. A barber shop where my dad used to get his hair cut is literally right across the street. So this is an area where a lot of people come together, and they're probably not used to
Absolutely. Thanks so much, Jennifer. CMPD just tweeted out a couple of minutes ago, just reiterating CMPD and other law enforcement agencies are still involved in an active scene in the Galway Drive area. So this is still an active scene over the past hour. They say that more information will be released in a media briefing that will take place as soon as the situation stabilizes. So that's what we're waiting for right now, is just more details to give to you. But this shows you that this is still going on. At one point, police saying that there were bullets flying, multiple law enforcement officers shot, and to avoid the area of Galway Drive in northeast Charlotte because they are trying to get people who were shot the hospital. We understand that they are being taken to an Atrium Health Hospital that's nearby the scene. But again, here's a live look right now of the hospital, the Atrium Hospital that the law enforcement officers were apparently taken to, hopefully already there, getting the treatment they need. We don't know their conditions, but we do know that multiple law enforcement officers have been shot, which is really just a shocking piece of information that, as you mentioned, Mike, is not something that we cover every day at all.
No, shocking enough sometimes when we have one law enforcement officer shot, and definitely not multiple. I mean, that is pretty rare. So a lot of folks at home and even our leaders here in North Carolina praying for their safety and also recovery if they have been injured and shot. You know, Jennifer Roberts was talking a little bit about some of those schools too, and we saw some kids walking by. From CMS, again, they have 4 schools on modified lockdown because of the police activity. We're talking the schools are Devonshire Elementary, Briarwood Academy, Cochrane Collegiate, and Lawrence Orr Elementary School. They say transportation will be impacted for all schools during dismissal, as we saw with our Jacob Reynolds, who showed us the map nearby where you saw a lot of red, meaning stop, or just slow traffic.
And we're also getting some leaders around the state and in the city responding on Twitter. This is a tweet from Josh Stein on X saying the active and violent situation being reported out of Charlotte is awful. My heart goes out to those impacted and my deep gratitude to the CMPD and other law enforcement for all of their efforts to keep people safe. I am praying for the best. And I think that that can be repeated for all of us here. Here's another one. This is from Lee Altman. I'm horrified by the news. My heart goes out to these individuals, their families, CMPD, and our entire Charmeck law enforcement community. And that is a Mecklenburg County commissioner.
And just to reiterate, at 3:32 in the afternoon, multiple police officers or law enforcement officers have been shot in northeast Charlotte. You can see the map right here in the shooting location. It's in a residential area with homes and also a retail area with businesses nearby.